Wait, Tim has a speech prepared, Ted.
Well, yeah, so this is my first rodeo here. When I asked the former mayor, who also might happen to be my dad, he said, you'll be fine, you'll figure it out, and that's all he told me. So I'd rather be over-prepared than under-prepared. And first, I'd like to thank Marcos, another fantastic lunch, and what they do here is phenomenal. They are a pillar of this community, and talk about business. They have been flourishing here, and we do see a few golfers out here today. Kind of wish I was out there as well, after this, of course. But yes, I did prepare something because I wasn't sure, and I wanted to make sure that your time was valuable and you understand kind of where we're going as a township. So if you bear with me with this, there's a few things I'd like to hit on. First, thank you. Thank you for inviting me. You know, I've been mayor now for a month and a half, and it's been a fantastic ride, and really happy to be here. And then when they said, hey, you and the mayor of Merchantville, as I know, I was like, oh, Teddy's going to be there? I said, who? No, yes, very few people call me Timmy. He could call me that. Well, he's twice the size of me, so that's part of it. But we did grow up together. So a couple things about me and Mayor Brennan. So we did grow up together. We played soccer practically our whole lives together. We hung out with a similar group of friends. We had older brothers that played soccer together. We both come from big families. And I think you've continued that tradition. Not sure that I'll be catching you. I do have one now, and I do have one on the way in August. So, but I don't think, thank you. And, but I think you have me.
Just keep going, Tim.
Oh, look at that full set of hair that you have there. I'm like, wait a minute, Ted. And then we also followed in the footsteps of our fathers and got into politics. But more importantly, there's something else that we have in common. And this is why I was so excited to be here and rearrange my schedule so I could be here. We care and love our towns. We grew up with both of them. We're lifelong residents of the borough and Pennsauken. We want to make life better for our residents and for our businesses. And as we move forward, it's exciting. I'm honored, I'm proud, and to partner with Merchantville, to be a part of this group, and to see the potential that is in front of all of us is really exciting for me. And we have that same desire to evolve and transform our towns. So a little background on me, since I know a lot of you don't know me. So previously, for 9 years, I started my career. I worked at Commerce Bank that turned into TD Bank. And then after 9 years, I moved to a company called CubeSmart, which is a self-storage company. And I was there for about 5.5 years out in Malvern, Pennsylvania. And then about 3 years ago, I came a little closer, and I worked for a company called EDA Contractors. It's a construction company in Bensalem, and where I'm the Vice President of Marketing, Communications, and Brand. So today is you want to know what's going on in our town. You want to know what Township Committee is up to. Well, it's a little bit different than maybe a year or two ago. If you look at Township Committee, 4 out of the 5 of us are practically brand new, and we have a new administrator that started in January, which is Joe Colombo. Round of applause for him. And on the side, he's also the fire chief. So he's pulling double duty for our town and has been a fantastic addition. His vision is aligned with us 5 on committee, lifelong resident and just committed to the town, and we are extremely excited to work with him. So for some, with all this change, there might be some worry. For me, I'm ready for the challenge and I'm excited. As we look forward to shape our town as we move forward. There's been a strong foundation, if you've been here over the years, of previous committee members that put forth for us, and we're looking to build upon that. However, there's going to be change. We have different perspectives, we have different views, and to be honest, we're a different generation than some of the previous committee members. So there are fresh perspectives. There are new eyes looking at everything, from the daily operations from the administrator to us on committee. So I keep using the word excited because it's pervasive throughout the 5 of us. And as you continue to see what goes on in this town and the work that is done with our businesses, with our township employees, there's so much ahead of us, and to be a part of that is quite humbling. A key part of all that is a partnership with all of you, and that's a critical component of growing our businesses and growing our town. So let's take a look at a few things, and I have a list because I know I won't remember all of these. Right now, we're in the works of the renewal and expansion of our redevelopment zones in Pennsauken, to continue our efforts to maintain and clean a safe and modern environment for our business owners, our residents, and our visitors. We have expanded the hours to the building department for early access for contractors and business owners, and expanded personnel in the code and housing department. These additional staff members will bring greater efficiency and communication between our inspection personnel and business owners. Additionally, to make life easier for our residents and for folks who want to come to our township meetings, we push them back to 6 o'clock. We heard that feedback. I heard that feedback when I got on back in July on committee, and one of the things I wanted to do is if people want to come, if people have questions, we want to be there for them. And for someone who works till 5 o'clock, 5:30, I know it's very difficult, and with having kids, so that extra half hour has made a huge difference. In addition, we have representation from our building and code departments, as well as police, fire, and EMS. So if there's a specific safety question, if there's a specific question about permits, we have folks there that can answer them right there on the spot, or can pull them off after the meeting. We continue residential growth through the opening of Haddon Point Apartments and residential developments, and the Britton Village apartment complex on Federal Street. Really cool things happening in both of those places. And then we are making significant capital improvements, being dedicated to the Pennsauken Parks on 49th Street, Tippins Pond, Githens Avenue, the Pennsauken Pool, a skateboard park on Bethel Avenue, and a pickleball complex on River Road. We're going to be having a major public safety initiative being dedicated to the Pennsauken Police Department through the increase of staffing of 20 new officers for this upcoming year. It is something that is needed. It is something that the resources need to provide to that department. We want to provide a safe community for our residents and our businesses. They need help. They need more support, and we are going to make the investment in there as we continue to move forward. We need to protect our residents. We need to make sure we're proactive and not reactive, and make sure that our sense of safety and community is preserved, because you see our police riding around on the street, and it's more of a positive than them just rushing to go to a call and not having that interaction and creating that sense of community with our residents. Additionally, we're doing increases in staffing in the fire department to open a second fire suppression unit, which will be staffed Monday through Friday, in addition to the 24-hour, 7-day staffing that we have already. We have a partnership with Catalyst and Experimental Group. This is something really cool coming on Route 38 and Route 70. Monument-style billboards on those main highways that will also be digital. They're going to transform. It's not just a big billboard. It's greenery and shrubs, and it's something that's really it's going to beautify those areas as you come into town. It's going to pop for anyone driving by, and also kind of knocking down some dilapidated buildings and things that aren't too pleasing as you drive down those two roads. A couple things over the past several years. Pennsauken businesses have invested well over $100 million into our community through redevelopment and construction projects. EDA, not where I work, but has previously approved state tax break, worth over $50 million for several projects in Pennsauken through Grove, New Jersey. And then something that's I'm really proud of, and when I heard this number, this is how things can work. We experienced a record-setting tax collection rate of 97.8%. And we appreciate our business and property owners for doing their part, because that just helps keep the costs down when we collect those taxes. So that's a tribute to all the folks working in the township building as well. And then a couple of other things. As you all know, we have our annual job fair. It's a perfect opportunity to people who are looking for jobs to connect with area businesses. Our website has an online job bank that can upload resumes, and then the dynamic duo back there connect those folks with the business that are looking to hire people. So just to wrap up here, when I was sworn in January, I I asked to challenge us and yourselves to dream for our town and also Merchantville. I know the passion and dedication that Mayor Brennan has. It's similar to mine. And for Pennsauken, there are fresh and new perspectives on committee and sitting in the administrator chair now. And it's an opportunity for all of us, everyone in this room and in the township, to make Pennsauken a little better, to make a difference. And I invite all of you to be a part of that. We're going to push the envelope a little bit. We're going to challenge some things. We're going to do things a little bit different, but keep the same community and same passion and the same energy that has been before us. But it's time. It's time for some change. And it's time to continue on the good things that have been built, but also look at other opportunities to maybe go down a little bit of a different path. So thank you for being involved and supporting our town in Merchantville. Thank you for caring about Pennsauken. And thank you for inviting me here today. I really appreciate it. Thank you.